What's going on, guys? This is Wheeler. Welcome back to another video. I know it's been a minute since I posted, and I seemingly say that every single time I post, but I'm hoping this time I'm more consistent. Only time will tell. But I know it's been a minute since I uploaded. Like I said, in the last video I posted was, I think, like the 20,000 mile update on the C8. It's been a while since then. The C8 now is 38,000 miles, so it's my daily driver. It gets driven all the time, so it's been a while. So I just kind of wanted to make this video to update you guys on the whole stable, what cars are still here, if any have left, any damages to any of the cars, just updates in general. Wanted to give you guys an update, so that's what this video is. There's still two cars that are not here. One is the 1930 Model A that was passed down to me from my grandfather. That's currently being worked on. I guess I'll give context to that in a minute. And then the ZR1 I still have, but it's not here because there isn't enough garage space, so that car currently sits at my sister's house. So grateful for her for letting that sit there. But there's also an issue with that, which I guess I'll talk about. And I'm gonna try to keep this video as relatively concise as possible because I know I can ramble. So let's start with the C8. So the C8 has held up awesome. Like I said, almost 38,000 miles now, or maybe just over 38,000 miles now. It's been an awesome daily driver. I haven't had a single issue with it. I haven't had any damages to it. It hasn't left me stranded anywhere. It's really held up super well. But there's one thing, and this is what Chevy is notorious for, which is their interior leather. Has always been a problem on their 2 and 3 LT cars. As you can see, the adhesive is completely gone. The leather is stretched and ripped. And that travels all along here. This adhesive is basically missing, but just peeling up here. You can see the foam underneath. And then this dash, you can see the give in it. This is supposed to be just concave, stuck to the plastic underneath, but the leather's all bubbled up. And you can see the line isn't straight anymore. The leather's just pulling. So other than that, the interior of the car has held up great. There are no tears, there's no issues. The seat obviously has some wear up through here from getting in and out, but for the most part the bolsters are still holding up nice. Everything's been really solid considering the car has almost 40,000 miles on it now. But my C7 Stingray also had the leather pulling issue on the armrest. The leather bubbled up. I had to get the armrest replaced. I didn't have to, but replaced it 2 or 3 times because it kept bubbling up just from your arm resting on it. So I know in the 2 and 3 LT Vets, I'm not sure about the Camaros, but the leather has always been an issue, and it has proven to be the case on the C8s as well. So that's pretty much the update on this car. There's no Z06 coming as far as I am aware. I've had issues with the dealer that I was dealing with and wasn't able to secure an allocation. So the Stingray is still here, still the daily car. Love it. Can't say enough good things about it. I think it's pretty much the same since last time you guys saw it. But yeah, it's been good. It's been awesome. Guess next, update you guys on the Lambo. So it has had, I'll probably have to do a whole dedicated video on this car, but it has had its share of issues during its life. Yeah, I probably will have to do a whole video on it, but still has been aesthetically held up really well. No damages to it, no issues. Even all the wheels aren't even dinged up or anything, taking pretty good care of it. But this car currently has, see how many miles she has on her now. Good amount, 18,222. So she's also been driven a ton. This car has been all over the country. So with Rob Ferretti, if you're familiar with Super Speeders or Super Speeders Rob, he does his adventure drives business that he runs, and I've gone out on a bunch of those, and I've taken the Lambo. So this has been all the way up to Maine. It's been all the way to Washington State and pretty much everywhere in between. Driven it from, where did I drive it from? DC through Knoxville, Nashville, all the way through the Smoky Mountains. It's been in Oregon, Idaho. It's been everywhere. It's been all around. So it's definitely been driven. It gets enjoyed, which doesn't happen too often, I guess, especially on the V12 cars. But like I said, it's had its share of issues, and I could talk about that for an entire like 20-minute video. So I'm not gonna get into all that, but it's okay at the moment. It's running, thankfully, but it will be on its way out. Not anytime soon, but just yesterday we put a deposit down for an order on the new Lamborghini, the new Revuelto. So it's just a deposit. It isn't even like the way Lamborghini is doing it now. You basically, they're like individually like vetting the buyers for the Revuelto. So you make like a $30,000 deposit to potentially get your spot, and if you get a call that have been approved, and you can come in and build your car, and you have the honor of owning a new Lambo. So it's gonna be a while till that happens. Just have to wait on the call that we can come in and inspect the car, that the allocation's been allotted, and then you get to build it, and then you have to have the wait for them to actually build it and get delivered. So that's gonna be a longer timeline. They said you probably wouldn't get the car, providing you get accepted, you wouldn't get the car till summer of next year. So the intention is to trade the car whenever the Revuelto comes in, if that situation arises. Because they could take it right now. They offered $275,000 for this car, which, you know, definitely took a hit on it, but being that it's a 2015 with over 18,000 miles, it's a high mile Lambo. They offered $275,000 and could have traded it in now, but then you don't get the tax benefit of the trade-in because the delivery of the Revuelto would be next year, and if they took it this year, it's a different year, so you don't get the tax benefit. So it's still here. Planning on just trading it when that car comes in, providing that situation arises. So it's here, staying here to stay for at least another year. And then we have the Challenger. So I did like a shorter video on this. I think it was like the worst Dodge Challenger in the world or something. But it has had a lot of work done to it. It doesn't even look like the same car from the inside. I'll probably have to do a whole individual video on this car too, because it has been, we had a guy basically strip the entire car down to bare metal. Every panel has been off the car. The whole body's been off the frame. It's been completely redone. So I forget what exactly the engine compartment looked like before in the one video, but I have, his name's Todd, Hot Rides by Todd. I'll probably try to put his information in the description of this video, but he did all the work, and I'm still waiting to get like a breakdown of exactly each part, just for documentation of the car, what all was done. But so we got new radiator, new pulleys, actually have AC, alternator. We have Holley fuel injection underneath it now, 4 barrels. Basically the entire inside of this car has been ripped up. There's hydraulic clutch now, the windshield wipers work, like everything you can do to this car has been done. New wheels, fully repainted, new bumpers, new headlights, everything. So it's an expensive project, but it has come out pretty awesome. There's just been like a few like minor kinks that need to be worked out, just because so much had been done to the car. I don't know any like classic car that gets basically resto modded that doesn't have a few kinks to get ironed out. So like the taillights like stopped working, and like the windshield wipers weren't working, and then there's something wrong with like the clutch that got ironed out quickly. It's been a lot. I've been towed 3 times since we got the car back, because it was gone for pretty much about a year getting work done to it, because it was basically just one guy like doing it for his like full-time gig, working on the car, did all of it himself, and did like a really good job, like aesthetically and mechanically, but it had some kinks to get ironed out for sure. But we'll take a look at the interior here. It was all black interior before. It was the same color, the plum crazy purple, but we've got the white side stripe on it now. And we got the white interior all the way through, front and rear seats and door panel. We got the correct dashboard in it now for a 1970 RT. Got a new shifter, whole new transmission. It was a 4-speed, the stock 4-speed in it. This is a Tremec 5-speed, just for better economy and just ease of use. We got Dakota digital gauges, so not stock gauges. They look stock-ish, but you got like the screen on the inside there, which is it's basically a lot of convenience features. Actual AC. What else? The radio is pretty cool. So this is an original looking radio, but it's actually Bluetooth, so you can connect it to your phone. There's a whole new speaker system in it. So much has been done to this car. It's basically a completely different car now. The reason that I went with the white interior and white side stripe and kept the purple was because, and I think I talked about this in my other video, but my dad's very first brand new car was a 1970 Dodge Challenger 383 Magnum in plum crazy with a white side stripe and white interior. And whenever I got this car, it was plum crazy, but it was black interior, black stripe, and it has a 426 Hemi in it instead of the 383 Magnum. So it's not exactly like his car, but aesthetically it is. And I mean, it's awesome. He loves it to death. It's definitely like his favorite car now. And it's so much fun to drive. There is an issue with it currently. Something is wrong in the transmission, and there is a really, really bad, like, clanking sound. Something sounds like it's rattling around in the transmission case, which isn't good. That's why the jack is out here, because we were taking a good old peek under the hood. Trying to think what else. I guess I could talk about the Model A. So the Model A it's a 1930 Ford Model A. It was originally my grandfather's car. He passed away in 06, and my grandmother held on to the car until about 2 years ago when she passed it down to me, which I'm extremely grateful for. But unfortunately, from 06 till like 2 years ago, the car was left sit basically like abandoned. It was garaged, thankfully, but they left it sit with half a tank of gas in it. So the half of the tank that was not submerged in gas just rusted completely. And my dad and I tried working on the car, trying to get the rust out. New fuel filters, new fuel bowl, new coil. There was a bunch of things that needed fixed, but we couldn't get all the rust out of the tank. So we took it to the same guy that did the work on this, and he already has it running. He just put the tank back in the car, and then the Model A should be good to go, because it was in great condition whenever it got passed down to me. So it was just that little thing, just when you leave car sit, that's what happens. And then last car, the ZR1. So the ZR1, because it sits at my sister's house, it got left sitting for too long, and the battery died. And I put a new battery in it, and now there's no power. So I'm thinking that potentially the main fuse could have been blown. I'm looking this week to go over there and try to get that remedied. It shouldn't be a big issue because there was no issues with the car to begin with. That car only still has about 7,000 miles, but that is like hands down my favorite car out of all these cars. And I'm like super blessed to have the ability to even own one of them, let alone, 5 of them. But the ZR1 is definitely hands down my favorite car. It is just so much fun. That is pretty much the update here of all the cars. I wish I could have got all 5 in the video, but who knows how much longer this video would be delayed if I had to wait for the other 2 cars, because the fact that 3 of them are in the same place and like all working is quite something. But yeah, so that's pretty much this quick little update. I know there wasn't much going on visually, but I just kind of wanted to give you guys a peek into how the stable is going and everything. As always, I say in every single video, let me know any video ideas you guys have in the comments below. I really appreciate it, because I'm super blessed to be able to drive these cars and just interact with these cars. And I would like to share them with people. Like, I would like to share them with you guys, with YouTube. Don't know what to do video wise with the cars, so I don't know, just shoot me an idea and I'll try to make something happen. But nonetheless, I appreciate you guys watching. For those of you that are subscribed, and for those of you that aren't and that are just stumbling across this video, hello, welcome. Hopefully more content to come. And thank you guys for watching. Have a good one. See you in the next video.